Imagine for a moment a mind like a wild, untamed stallion. Powerful, magnificent, yet often running wherever it pleases, heedless of direction or destination. This, my friends, is the story of Leo, a brilliant young man who once knew this struggle intimately. Leo was undeniably smart. He could grasp complex theories in a flash, his intellect a sharp, gleaming blade. Yet despite his innate intelligence, he struggled. His mind, for all its potential, was a restless spirit, constantly flitting from one thought to another, one sensation to the next. In classrooms, while the teacher explained intricate concepts, Leo's gaze would drift to a bird outside the window, or he'd find himself lost in the patterns of the ceiling tiles. At home, homework sessions were an exercise in futility, punctuated by countless trips to the fridge, glances at his phone, or sudden urges to reorganize his bookshelf. He'd start a project with enthusiasm, only to abandon it halfway, lured by a new idea or a fleeting distraction. Like a river without banks, spilled endlessly, never reaching a destination. One evening, his father, a man of quiet wisdom and keen observation, noticed Leo's familiar frustration as he wrestled with a half-finished essay. His brow furrowed, his attention clearly elsewhere. "Leo, my son," his father began gently, "your mind is indeed a gift, a powerful engine. But like a wild horse, it needs taming. Until you learn to rein it in, to guide its incredible energy, it will carry you where it wishes, not where you truly need to go. A horse that is wild will never win a race, no matter how fast it runs. Must learn discipline, focus, and obedience to its rider." The words resonated deeply with Leo, sparking a flicker of understanding, a desire for change that had long been dormant. It was then that his father suggested a visit to Master Aiden, revered teacher known not for his academic prowess, but for his profound insights into the human mind and his unconventional yet deeply effective wisdom. Master Aiden lived in a serene retreat, nestled amidst a vibrant, sprawling garden that seemed to hum with a quiet energy. When Leo arrived, filled with a mixture of curiosity and apprehension, Master Aiden greeted him with a warm smile and eyes that seemed to hold the wisdom of ages. After a brief exchange, the master led Leo to a small, ornate table in the heart of the garden. "Leo, take this cup," Master Aiden said, handing him a simple, earthenware cup filled to the very brim with water, so full that a single tremor would cause it to overflow. "Walk around my garden, once, twice, 3 times. But there is one rule: do not spill a single drop." Leo, confident in his balance and dexterity, took the cup carefully. The task seemed simple enough. Began his first lap, his eyes fixed on the shimmering surface of the water. But the garden was a symphony of distractions. The vibrant colors of the flowers, the buzzing of a bee flitting past his ear, the distant melodious call of a bird, even the gentle rustle of leaves in the breeze, each vied for his attention. His gaze wandered. A particularly bright butterfly caught his eye, then a fascinating rock formation half hidden by ferns. With each fleeting distraction, a tiny splash, a drop here, a trickle there. By the time he completed his first lap, the water level had visibly receded. Frustration mounted. He tried harder on the second lap, clenching his jaw, but the distractions felt even more insistent, like mischievous spirits pulling at his sleeves. By the end of his third lap, the cup was nearly half empty, a stark testament to his struggle. He returned to Master Aiden, his shoulders slumped, the half-empty cup a symbol of his failure. "What did you observe, Leo?" Master Aiden asked, his voice gentle, devoid of judgment. Leo sighed, the realization dawning on him. "Master, I tried. I truly did. But my mind kept drifting. Every time I looked away, every time something caught my attention, I spilled water. It was the distractions, Master, that made me lose my grip, that made me lose the water." "Exactly, Leo." Master Aiden nodded, his eyes twinkling with understanding. "This cup, my boy, is your goal, your aspiration, your chosen path. The water within it, precious and vital, is your focus, your concentrated energy, your unwavering attention. And all the sounds, sights, and thoughts that pulled your attention away, those are the world's myriad distractions." He paused, letting his words sink in. "When you lose focus, even for a moment, you lose a piece of your goal, just as you lost water. Each spill, no matter how small, diminishes your capacity to achieve what you set out to do. To achieve anything great, anything meaningful, you must guard your focus as diligently as you guarded that cup. A disciplined mind, Leo, is not one that has no distractions, but one that knows how to acknowledge them, observe them without judgment, and then return unwaveringly to its path. It is the art of bringing your wild horse back to the bridle again and again. The lesson was a profound revelation. Leo returned home, not just with a half-empty cup, but with a mind brimming with a new sense of purpose and clarity. The metaphor of the wild horse and the cup of water became his guiding principle. He understood that his intelligence was boundless, but without the reins of discipline, it would forever remain scattered. He started with small, manageable steps, determined to tame his mental stallion. The alarm clock, once a mere suggestion he often ignored, became a firm, non-negotiable command to wake up on time, signaling the start of a disciplined day. His phone, once a constant companion and source of endless distraction, was now relegated to specific times and purposes, allowing him stretches of uninterrupted thought and presence. When studying, he'd set a timer for 25 minutes, committing to absolute, unwavering focus on the task at hand before allowing himself a short, restorative break. He trained himself to notice when his thoughts began to wander, and then, gently but firmly, he would bring them back to the page, to the problem, to the conversation. He also began to practice meditation, just 10 minutes each morning. Learning to observe his thoughts without judgment, strengthening his mental muscle of attention and presence. The changes weren't immediate or easy. There were days of frustration, moments when the old habits threatened to resurface. But Leo persevered, remembering the feeling of the water spilling, the image of the wild horse. Slowly, subtly, he began to notice a remarkable difference. His concentration improved dramatically, allowing him to absorb information more deeply and efficiently. His memory sharpened, as he was truly present when learning new things, creating stronger neural pathways. And his academic results, once erratic and inconsistent, began to climb steadily, reflecting his newfound mental clarity and sustained effort. He found he could listen more attentively, understand more profoundly, and articulate his thoughts with greater precision and confidence. The true test of his transformation came with the announcement of the National Young Innovators Competition. It was a rigorous challenge, demanding not just raw intellect, but resilience, creative problem-solving under immense pressure, and above all, sustained focus over multiple complex stages. Leo, for the first time, felt a quiet confidence, not just in his abilities, but in his newfound mental fortitude. The final round was a high-stakes affair, held in a bustling auditorium with bright lights, cameras flashing, an expectant audience, and the relentless ticking clock, a constant, unnerving presence. The air crackled with tension. While many of his highly talented peers faltered under the glare, their minds racing, their hands trembling, their focus fracturing, Leo remained an island of calm. He approached each problem, each puzzle, with a clear head, his disciplined mind cutting through the external noise and internal pressure. He recalled Master Aiden's words, "The world's distractions." He acknowledged the sensory overload, the weight of expectation, but consciously, repeatedly. He brought his focus back to the task at hand, to his cup of water, guarding it with every ounce of his trained will. He worked steadily, methodically, his thoughts aligned with his actions, his attention unwavering. When the results were announced, it was Leo's name that echoed triumphantly through the hall. He had won. He had won the National Young Innovators Competition. It wasn't just because he was smart, which he inherently was, but because he had mastered something far more profound, the art of focus, the power of mental discipline. His victory was a resounding testament, not to raw talent alone, but to the quiet, unyielding strength of a mind trained to stay on course, even in the fiercest storms. Leo's journey from a distracted boy to a national champion wasn't about gaining new intelligence. It was about unlocking the immense potential of the intelligence he already possessed through the transformative power of mental discipline. His story reminds us that our minds are indeed like horses. They can either run wild, taking us nowhere fast, or with patient training and consistent effort, they can become powerful steeds, carrying us swiftly and surely towards our deepest aspirations. The greatest talent, the most brilliant ideas, will remain unfulfilled if they are scattered by the winds of distraction. But a focused mind, a disciplined mind, is an unstoppable force, capable of turning dreams into tangible reality. What wild horse will you tame today?